Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by saying this. Never, never make the mistake of thinking a woman is weak. You see, strength is not just about muscle, about power, or about volume. Strength is quiet, it's resilient, it's enduring. And women, my friends, are a living testament to that truth. History tells us that women have always been pillars of strength. Cleopatra ruled an empire. Joan of Arc led an army. Harriet Tubman freed slaves. Malala Yousafzai stood against oppression. These women didn't just survive, they thrived, they led, and they changed the course of history. They shattered every weak assumption the world ever made about them. But strength isn't just seen in the history books or grand acts of bravery, it's in the everyday. It's in the mother who works 2 jobs and still comes home to help her kids with homework. It's in the young girl who stands up to bullying. It's in the sister who supports her family when life gets tough. That kind of strength, the strength to love, to endure, to persevere, should never be underestimated. Now let's talk about challenges. Women face unique struggles, societal expectations, gender pay gaps, and glass ceilings. But let me tell you this, every barrier they've faced, they've turned into stepping stones. Women don't just adapt to challenges, they rise above them, proving that strength isn't just what you show, it's what you overcome. Yet let's be real, women shouldn't have to be stronger just to be treated equally. It's on us, as a society, as individuals, to acknowledge and support the power they bring to the table. Empowerment isn't a gift, it's a recognition of what's already there. And as we think about that, let's remember this. The strength of a woman isn't just her own. It lifts communities, families, and futures. When we support women, we don't just empower them, we empower generations. Throughout history, women have stood as pillars of strength and resilience, often in the face of tremendous adversity. Their contributions span across every sphere of human achievement, politics, science, arts, and social movements. Yet, for centuries, society underestimated their potential, confining them to roles deemed appropriate for their gender. Despite these limitations, women have risen time and time again to shatter stereotypes and reshape the world. Let us begin with the queens and leaders who commanded respect and authority. Cleopatra of Egypt was not just a queen. She was a political genius and a strategist who held her empire together during a time of immense turmoil. Similarly, Queen Elizabeth IV of England navigated her nation through religious conflicts and the Spanish Armada, earning her place as one of the most effective rulers in history. These women exemplified leadership at the highest level, proving that governance and diplomacy are not bound by gender. The battlefield has also been a stage for women to demonstrate their strength. Joan of Arc, a peasant girl from France, led armies to victory during the 100 Years' War, driven by her faith and determination. Centuries later, Rani Lakshmibai of India stood at the forefront of her country's struggle against colonial oppression. These women embodied courage, showing that leadership isn't about physical might, but the strength of conviction and vision. In the realm of social change, women have been catalysts for progress. Harriet Tubman, born into slavery, became a symbol of freedom as she led hundreds of enslaved individuals to liberty through the Underground Railroad. Her bravery under constant threat of death remains an enduring inspiration. Rosa Parks, through a single act of defiance on a Montgomery bus, ignited a movement that changed the course of civil rights in America. These women proved that even small actions rooted in moral courage could create seismic shifts in society. Scientific and cultural advancements owe much to women as well. Marie Curie, a pioneer in the study of radioactivity, became the first person, man or woman, to win 2 Nobel Prizes. In the arts, figures like Frida Kahlo and Maya Angelou gave voice to marginalized experiences, inspiring generations to embrace individuality and resilience. Despite systemic barriers, these women reached unparalleled heights in their respective fields. Importantly, the strength of women is not confined to grand historical moments. Women have always been the backbone of their communities, often carrying the double burden of labor and caregiving. During wars, they stepped into roles traditionally held by men, from factories to battlefields, proving their versatility and indispensability. Even today, women continue to innovate, lead, and excel while navigating challenges unique to their gender. In every era, women have demonstrated that strength is not solely defined by physical power or dominance. It is about perseverance, vision, and the ability to transform adversity into triumph. The historical strength of women is not just a narrative of survival, it is a testament to their unparalleled ability to shape and reshape the world for the better. Their legacy reminds us to recognize and honor the boundless potential of women everywhere. Emotional resilience, the ability to adapt, recover, and thrive in the face of adversity, is a hallmark of human strength. For women, this resilience is often woven into their daily lives, enabling them to overcome challenges and carry others along the way. While society has historically misinterpreted emotional expression as weakness, the truth is that emotional resilience is one of the most profound forms of strength, and women demonstrate it in ways that inspire, nurture, and lead. At the core of emotional resilience is the ability to manage stress and maintain a sense of stability, even in turbulent circumstances. Women have long been at the forefront of balancing multiple responsibilities, whether as caregivers, professionals, or community leaders. Consider a single mother working long hours to provide for her family. Despite exhaustion and financial stress, she perseveres, ensuring her children are cared for and loved. This strength is not a choice but a necessity, and it reflects an extraordinary ability to prioritize and endure. Women often face societal expectations that demand emotional labor, caring for others, resolving conflicts, and maintaining harmony in relationships. This invisible work is seldom acknowledged, yet it underscores the emotional fortitude required to meet these expectations. For example, in workplaces, women are frequently expected to mediate tensions, support colleagues, and create inclusive environments, all while excelling in their professional roles. Emotional resilience allows them to navigate these pressures while still achieving remarkable outcomes. History offers countless examples of women who embodied emotional strength in the face of profound hardship. Take the story of Malala Yousafzai, who survived an assassination attempt for advocating girls' education. Instead of succumbing to fear, Malala turned her trauma into a global movement for education and equality. Similarly, Eleanor Roosevelt overcame personal struggles and societal constraints to become a champion for human rights, showing that emotional resilience can transform personal pain into global impact. In addition to navigating their own challenges, women frequently serve as the emotional anchors for their families and communities. During times of crisis, it is often women who provide the emotional support needed to keep everyone grounded. For example, during wars and economic recessions, women have historically kept families together, managing limited resources while offering hope and stability. This quiet strength sustains not only their loved ones but also society at large. A unique aspect of women's emotional resilience lies in their capacity for empathy and connection. These traits allow women to build and sustain relationships, a skill that is crucial in resolving conflicts and fostering unity. In leadership roles, women who draw on emotional intelligence often create environments where collaboration and innovation thrive. Research has consistently shown that leaders with high emotional intelligence are more effective, and many women excel in this area. Finally, emotional resilience is a source of inspiration for others. When women confront and overcome adversity, they empower those around them to do the same. By showing vulnerability without losing strength, they redefine what it means to be resilient. They remind us that strength is not about avoiding hardship, but about facing it with courage, compassion, and grace. In a world that often underestimates emotional strength, women demonstrate every day that resilience is not weakness, it is power. Their ability to adapt, persevere, and uplift others embodies the essence of quiet yet transformative strength, a legacy that continues to shape families, communities, and societies. Women have always played an integral role in shaping society, even when their contributions have been overlooked or undervalued. From nurturing families to driving economic progress, women are the backbone of communities and nations. Their roles extend far beyond the traditional and into the spheres of leadership, innovation, and activism. Understanding and appreciating the multifaceted role of women in society is crucial for fostering a more equitable and prosperous world. At the heart of society lies the family unit, and women have historically been its primary caretakers. As mothers, daughters, and caregivers, they create the foundation for healthy and functioning families. This role requires a blend of emotional intelligence, patience, and resilience as women manage relationships, nurture children, and often care for elderly relatives. Yet, caregiving is only one aspect of their contribution to the family structure. Women are increasingly taking on dual roles as breadwinners, balancing careers with familial responsibilities. This balancing act is a testament to their adaptability and strength. Economically, women are key drivers of progress. Studies show that empowering women economically through education, employment, or entrepreneurship leads to significant gains for society. Women reinvest a substantial portion of their income into their families and communities, creating a ripple effect that boosts development and reduces poverty. In rural areas, women are often the backbone of agricultural production, managing farms while also caring for their households. In urban centers, women are excelling in diverse professions, contributing to innovation and growth. Leadership is another domain where women are making their mark. Historically, women leaders such as Queen Elizabeth I, Indira Gandhi, and Angela Merkel have proven their ability to govern with wisdom and vision. In contemporary times, leaders like Jacinda Ardern and Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala have demonstrated that women bring unique perspectives to governance, often focusing on collaboration, inclusivity, and long-term solutions. Despite facing gender biases and systemic barriers, women continue to break glass ceilings, showing that leadership is not defined by gender, but by capability and character. The societal roles of women extend deeply into activism and social change. Women have been at the forefront of movements advocating for civil rights, gender equality, and environmental justice. Figures like Rosa Parks, Gloria Steinem, and Greta Thunberg have shown how the determination and courage of women can spark transformative change. Their work highlights the intersection of personal sacrifice and public service, inspiring others to join in creating a fairer society. Culturally, women have been the keepers of traditions and the drivers of artistic expression. From storytelling and music to dance and visual arts, women have used creativity to preserve heritage and challenge societal norms. Artists like Maya Angelou and Frida Kahlo not only enriched culture but also provided platforms for marginalized voices, reflecting the profound impact women have in shaping societal narratives. Importantly, the role of women in society is not monolithic. It is shaped by race, class, geography, and culture, adding complexity to their experiences and contributions. However, one constant remains. Women are indispensable to the fabric of society. Recognizing the critical roles women play is not merely an acknowledgement of their contributions, but an imperative for building a more equitable and thriving world. Women are architects of stability, progress, and transformation, and their roles in society must be celebrated and supported to unlock the full potential of humanity. Throughout history, women have faced systemic barriers designed to limit their opportunities and potential. These barriers, rooted in gender bias, stereotypes, and unequal access to resources, have been significant obstacles. Yet women have persistently broken through these barriers, proving time and again that determination, talent, and resilience can overcome even the most entrenched limitations. Hearing your story of resiliency and agency, their stories of triumph are a testament to the human spirit and a source of inspiration for generations. The phrase glass ceiling symbolizes the invisible barriers that prevent women from reaching the highest levels of leadership and achievement. This metaphor is particularly evident in professional fields. For decades, women were excluded from executive roles, STEM careers, and other high-impact industries. Yet, they have continued to defy the odds. Consider the groundbreaking achievements of women like Mary Barra, the CEO of General Motors, or Rosalind Brewer, CEO of Walgreens. These leaders not only represent personal success, but also pave the way for future generations of women in leadership roles. The barriers women face are not limited to the corporate world. In politics, women have had to fight for representation in systems historically dominated by men. Despite these challenges, women like Kamala Harris, the first female vice president of the United States, and Malala Yousafzai, a global advocate for girls' education, have proven that women belong at every decision-making table. Their courage and perseverance show that leadership is not a privilege reserved for men, but a right for all who are capable and willing to lead. In science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, fields where gender disparities are particularly stark, women have shattered stereotypes to make groundbreaking contributions. Ada Lovelace, the first computer programmer, and Katherine Johnson, the NASA mathematician whose calculations were critical to the success of the Apollo missions, exemplify this trend. Today, women like Fei Li, an artificial intelligence pioneer, continue to redefine what is possible, inspiring young girls to pursue STEM careers and challenge traditional gender norms. Breaking barriers is not only about individual achievement, it is about dismantling systemic inequality. The fight for gender parity in education has been a critical aspect of this struggle. Millions of girls around the world have faced obstacles to accessing education, yet women like Malala Yousafzai and organizations like CamFed for Female Education, have worked tirelessly to ensure that education becomes a reality for all. The ripple effect of educating women is profound, leading to healthier families, stronger economies, and more equitable societies. Cultural and societal barriers also persist, from gender stereotypes in media to expectations around women's roles in families and communities. Women have challenged these norms through activism, art, and personal choices. Figures like Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, a feminist author, and Beyoncé, an artist and entrepreneur, have used their platforms to advocate for equality and empowerment, influencing how society views women and their capabilities. Every barrier that a woman breaks serves as a symbol of what is possible. It also acts as a call to action for societies to remove those barriers entirely. The journey of breaking barriers is not just about individual success. It is about collective progress. As women continue to rise, they lift others with them, ensuring that the glass ceiling doesn't just crack, but shatters completely, clearing the way for a future where no one is limited by their gender. Women breaking barriers is not just a story of resilience, it's a story of transformation. It is proof that when given the opportunity, women can and will achieve greatness, redefining what society believes is possible. The experiences of women are not uniform. They are deeply influenced by factors such as race, ethnicity, class, religion, sexual orientation, disability, and geography. Intersectionality, a term coined by legal scholar Kimberly Crenshaw, recognizes that these overlapping identities shape the unique challenges and opportunities that women face. To understand women's resilience and achievements, we must also acknowledge the complex layers of discrimination and privilege that intersect in their lives. At its core, intersectionality emphasizes that the challenges women face cannot be understood through a single lens. For example, a white woman in a corporate environment may encounter gender discrimination, but a Black woman in the same space may face the compounded challenges of both sexism and racism. Similarly, an economically privileged woman may have access to resources and support systems that are unavailable to a woman living in poverty. These differences underscore the importance of recognizing the diversity of women's experiences rather than assuming a one-size-fits-all narrative. Historically, women from marginalized communities have often faced the harshest forms of oppression, yet they have also been at the forefront of resistance and change. Consider the stories of women like Sojourner Truth, who fought for both racial and gender equality, or B.R. Ambedkar's wife, Ramabai, who advocated for the rights of Dalit women in India. These women understood that their struggles were not isolated, but intertwined with broader systems of inequality. Their activism laid the groundwork for movements that sought to address oppression in all its forms. Today, the challenges of intersectionality are evident in issues such as the gender pay gap. While women on an average earn less than men, the gap is often wider for women of color. In the United States, black women earn about 63 cents. Latino women earn about 57 cents every dollar earned by a white man. These disparities reflect not just gender discrimination, but also the enduring impact of systemic racism. Addressing these gaps requires targeted solutions that account for the specific challenges faced by different groups of women. Intersectionality also highlights the unique struggles faced by women with disabilities. They are often excluded from conversations about gender equality, despite facing significant barriers to education, employment, and health care. Similarly, LGBTQ+ women face discrimination that combines homophobia or transphobia with sexism, making their fight for equality even more complex. These intersecting identities must be acknowledged to create truly inclusive movements for change. Despite these challenges, women have consistently demonstrated resilience and strength, drawing on their diverse identities as sources of power. Grassroots movements led by women in marginalized communities have brought about significant change. Indigenous women have fought for environmental justice and the preservation of their lands. Immigrant women have organized for labor rights, demanding dignity and fair wages. These efforts show that while intersectionality can amplify challenges, it can also create solidarity and collective action. Understanding intersectionality is not just about acknowledging differences. It is about dismantling systems of oppression that affect women in unique and overlapping ways. It calls on us to listen to women from all walks of life and ensure that their voices are heard. By doing so, we can create a world where equality is not just an ideal, but a lived reality for all women. In addressing intersectionality, we must also recognize that solutions must be as multifaceted as the challenges. Policies, advocacy, and societal change must reflect the diverse realities of women's lives, ensuring that no one is left behind. When we embrace the complexities of intersectionality, we move closer to building a truly equitable society where every woman has the opportunity to thrive regardless of her background or circumstances. Empowering women is not just a moral imperative, it is a strategy for creating stronger, more equitable societies. But empowerment does not occur in isolation. It requires active support from families, communities, governments, and institutions. When women are supported and given opportunities, they flourish as leaders, innovators, and change makers, uplifting entire societies in the process. Empowerment through support is not about granting women power they lack. It is about removing the barriers that prevent them from fully utilizing the power they already possess. One of the most critical forms of support for women's empowerment is access to education. Education is often referred to as the great equalizer because it equips women with the knowledge and skills to pursue their dreams and contribute to their communities. Yet millions of girls worldwide are denied access to schooling due to poverty, cultural norms, and systemic discrimination. Initiatives such as scholarships, school building programs, and community awareness campaigns have proven effective in closing the education gap. For example, organizations like Malala Fund and CAMFED for Female Education, work tirelessly to ensure that girls, particularly in underprivileged areas, have access to quality education. The impact is transformative. Educated women are more likely to earn higher incomes, raise healthier families, and contribute to national economies. Economic empowerment is another cornerstone of support. Financial independence gives women the freedom to make decisions about their lives and futures. Programs that provide microloans, vocational training, and mentorship opportunities enable women to start businesses, secure stable employment, and build wealth. In many rural areas, women-led cooperatives have demonstrated how financial inclusion can transform entire communities. For instance, microfinance organizations like Grameen Bank have empowered millions of women to become entrepreneurs, breaking cycles of poverty and dependence. Healthcare is also a crucial area where support can empower women. Access to quality healthcare services, including reproductive health, ensures that women can lead healthy and productive lives. Initiatives that focus on maternal health, access to contraception, and education about sexual health are particularly impactful. When women have control over their health and family planning, they are better able to pursue education, careers, and leadership roles. Governments and NGOs play a critical role in ensuring that healthcare is accessible and affordable for all women, regardless of their socioeconomic status. In the workplace, supportive policies such as paid family leave, flexible work hours, and equal pay are essential for empowering women to balance their professional and personal lives. Mentorship and leadership programs specifically designed for women help break down barriers to advancement in male-dominated fields. Organizations that actively foster diversity and inclusion create environments where women can thrive. For example, companies that prioritize gender parity in leadership roles have consistently outperformed their peers, proving that empowering women is not just ethically right, but also economically beneficial. Communities also play a significant role in supporting women's empowerment, encouraging positive social norms, challenging gender stereotypes, and creating safe spaces for women and girls to voice their opinions are vital. Men, too, must be allies in this journey, advocating for equality and sharing the responsibilities traditionally placed on women. When families and communities work together to support women, the impact reverberates across generations. Lastly, legal and policy frameworks are essential in creating a level playing field. Laws that protect women from discrimination, violence, and exploitation are foundational for empowerment. Governments must also enforce these laws and address systemic biases that continue to disadvantage women. Advocacy and activism play a vital role in pushing for these changes, ensuring that women's rights remain a priority on the global agenda. Empowering women through support is a collaborative effort that benefits everyone. When women are supported in education, healthcare, the economy, and their communities, they unlock their full potential and contribute to the collective prosperity of society. As the adage goes, when you empower a woman, you empower a nation. By investing in the support systems that uplift women, we pave the way for a brighter, more inclusive future for all. The strength of a woman is not measured by physical might, but by her resilience, courage, intelligence, and the indomitable spirit she brings to every role she plays. Women have historically defied odds, broken barriers, and overcome systemic challenges to build families, drive progress, and lead societies toward a better future. Recognizing their contributions and potential is not only an act of justice, but a necessity for global development. As we've explored, women's strength is deeply rooted in history, emotional resilience, societal impact, and the ability to challenge norms. They have shattered glass ceilings and risen to leadership roles, often carrying others with them. Their diverse experiences, shaped by intersectionality, highlight the importance of creating inclusive systems that embrace all women, regardless of their backgrounds. And through support, whether in education, healthcare, economic opportunities, or community encouragement, women are empowered to reach their fullest potential. Empowering women is not just about individual advancement. It is about building stronger families, communities, and nations. When women thrive, societies flourish. Every step toward equality is a step toward a more inclusive and prosperous world, one where potential is not limited by gender. It is our collective responsibility, regardless of our gender or position in society, to stand as allies in this journey. We must challenge stereotypes, break down systemic barriers, and create environments where every woman has the opportunity to succeed. By doing so, we honor not just the women of today, but also the countless generations of women whose courage has shaped the world we live in. The strength of women is a testament to humanity's potential. Let us recognize it, celebrate it, and work together to ensure it continues to shine brightly. For in empowering women, we empower the world.